So only a couple of days ago, I uploaded a Rokket video. And it's already out of date. As it turns out, since I uploaded that video, there's been some major developments in how Rokket's being played. So much so that I thought I just had to do an update video for the people planning to build Rokket, or for the people that watch that video and just want to learn how to do the really dumb shit Rokket is currently doing. Because currently, it's doing some really mean things to your ladder opponents. So here's today's deck list. But apparently 40% of people watching this aren't even subscribed to the channel. So if you guys are new around here and find yourself enjoying this kind of content and think you want to see some more videos or deck lists from me in the future, please do remember to leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel down below. That way you won't miss out on more content just like this one. Alright, let's get into this deck list. Alright, so what exactly are these major developments since my previous Rokket upload? Well, there's been two pretty big upgrades. The first one is, just like every other dumb art type in this current format, Rokket also has access to a really disgusting floodgate. Knightmare, Corruptor, Iblee. So this card, for you guys that don't know, basically when it's on the field, you turn it into a link monster, it goes to the graveyard, it then summons itself to your opponent's side of the field. When it's on the field, you can't do anything but link summoning. So if you're up against a deck like Agent, for example, that locks them out of link summoning, essentially, they're not playing the game. They can't special summon anything. A really hard card to deal with for a lot of art types in the current format. So the reason we're specifically playing it in this art type though is because of your skill. So your skill's third effect allows you essentially to place a Link 2 monster on the field if your opponent's a monster on the field or in the graveyard. Well, if you activate Iblee and give it to your opponent, you can activate your skill for free. And thankfully, we have a card called ROM Cloudia. What this card does is when it's destroyed, it allows you to summon this Iblee straight to the field from your deck. So if you ever have this card in your opening hand, you activate your skill, putting your Borreload Dragon straight in the graveyard, use the effect of the Borreload Dragon, which you're probably doing most duels anyway, popping a card in your hand, which will this time be the sheep summons the Iblee goes to your opponent, you've locked your opponent out of playing the game, and giving yourself a bunch of resources, including your skill, to go into various different link monsters, including your Flash Charge Dragon. And because you've given them an Iblee, you put the Iblee in the far left zone, you summon this card to your right extra monster zone, and all of a sudden, the two zones they've got left are both pointing to this Flash Charge Dragon, which of course can destroy monsters summoned into those two zones. A very disgusting combo, and if you didn't understand what I just said, don't worry, you're going to see this a lot during the gameplay. The second major development for this deck list is, of course, we've swapped out that pesky Nebula Dragon I was using before for a different light monster. We're now playing Blue Eyes White Dragon. Why the hell are we playing a normal monster in this deck? Well, essentially, this art type needs a light monster in the deck. Because we're playing Levianeer, we need a light monster to pop your opponent's cards with. Before we were playing Nebula Dragon, but now we're playing Blue Eyes instead. Why are we playing this card? Basically, you can use your skill to just dump this thing straight in the graveyard immediately, so if you need a card in the graveyard for your Levianeer, you can put it in there whenever you need it, or you can instead get a hold of Red Eyes Black Meteor Dragon. This card has 2000 attack and 2000 defense, meaning it's searchable off of cards like your Card of the Soul, and it's also searchable off your skill. So you can add this thing straight to your hand. Its effect allows you to send one level 5 or higher normal monster from your deck to the graveyard, special summon this thing from your hand. So the goal is, if you need a free extender, you can search for this thing, special summon it, put Blue Eyes in the graveyard, you have your target for Levianeer, so rather than just sending this thing to the graveyard straight away and getting not a whole lot of value, we've now got an extender as well as providing the resource for Levianeer. A pretty major upgrade, and of course this card has 3000 attack and 2500 defense, so it's searchable off of your melody if you need more cards in your hand for various discards or ritual summons or whatever else. Alright guys, so that's going to be the major changes to the deck list. Without further ado, let's check out some gameplay showcasing how exactly all this new stuff works. Alright, so before we jump into it, keep in mind, this is meant to be an update video showing off the brand new tech cards, so all these replays are going to be showcasing the brand new tech cards. So the goal of these replays is to show off the new stuff, not the stuff I showed off in the previous video. So if you're looking for some more different end fields or stuff that you can do when you don't open these tech cards or whatever else, go check out the previous upload. I have a ton of replays in that one showcasing a bunch more dumb stuff this deck list can do. But for this upload, I'm showing off the brand new stuff or the brand new tech cards that we're playing, so that's the point of it. So expect that from these replays. Alright, let's get into it. So also keep in mind the season just reset, so if you're wondering why all these are in platinum, the season just reset, so that's why we're here. Alright, let's get into it. So this first replay is going to be a fairly basic one, nothing too fancy. We're just going to be showing off the brand new Red Eyes card. Alright, or the brand new Red Eyes tech. I should stop saying brand new card, because they're not technically new, they're just a new tech for this deck list. Alright, up against Plants, which is looking like a really strong deck right now. It's looking like a tier 2-ish sort of a deck, maybe tier 3. It's looking like a pretty decent deck list, so let's see what he's setting up. So he got his full combo set up. We'll actually fast forward him a little bit because this archetype takes forever to combo off. Alright, gets his Link 3, revives, makes his first Link 4. Our first going to swap out. I don't know why you would shuffle back a Lancea when you're against this archetype. This archetype needs to banish a lot of the time. And don't swap out Lancea if you're up against this archetype. Anyway, summons his Sunseed, goes for his Link 4, Shadow Revive. It's also important to note, by the way, because this archetype summons out a ritual monster that's going to be immune to extra deck summons, if he goes with a standard one-card combo and puts this thing in the graveyard, then revives it from the graveyard, it can then target the card because it's summoned from the graveyard, so keep that in mind. You probably want to keep this thing as a... You want to summon this thing back from the graveyard so you can actually target things. Like, since they're not going to be immune to the, from the ritual spell. Alright, opponent's going to be summoning the Sunvine Healer, giving himself a little bit of life points. Summoning out the big purple tree, which has a pretty decent animation, not gonna lie. God damn. Alright, searching for his trap card, and that just about ends his turn. Alright, my turn. So Borreload Link, gonna be searching for a high level monster, and we're searching for our Red Eyes Black Meteor Dragon, because we need a light monster in the graveyard for our Melody, because we're gonna search for Levianeer. Alright. Using the Link Sun for the Link monster on the field. Melody going to be searching. Alright, Black going to be sending a card to the graveyard, special summoning itself. Quadborrel to pop a card on the field, also puts an extra card in our graveyard for our Levianeer in a second. And we're using Levianeer now that we've triggered the effect of the Sunvine Sowing, so we can't defend his monsters from destruction anymore. Managing 3, summoning itself to try to pop 2 cards. He has a Ghost Mortar, so didn't quite get it this time. You get kind of the understanding of the whole point of this card in the deck list. Alright, because we have it on the field, we can use it as a link material to go into our Borreload Dragon. Alright, summon out the animation. Honestly, not quite as good as the tree over here, but good enough. Quick launch summoning to the field. I have heavy Interlock to do a ritual summon, chaining it to the Rokket Tracer. He goes for the negate here, which is fine. We don't actually care, because we've basically got lethal on field anyway. Summoning out the Borrelode Riot Dragon. Alright, he then pays the life points to, so he wouldn't have had lethal if he didn't activate this card to pay life points targeting a card that he couldn't even remove, so good on him, and he's giving us lethal damage. I don't think we had lethal damage. Actually, we hadn't attacked with this card yet, right? We just summoned it off quick launch, so it couldn't have anyway. Yeah, so he literally just gave us lethal damage. Good on him. Alright. Replay number 2, and this one's a hell of a lot more spicy, because of, well, spicy in the way that we get to show off, I think, both the combos this time. We show off the Red Eyes, and we show off the Iblee stuff as well. Oh yeah, we do some really dirty things to this Blue Eyes player. Alright, so we've opened the Cloudia. I'm wondering too if this deck will actually develop into a 20 card deck, just so you can open this Iblee combo more often, as it's really gross. Alright, so using our skill, putting this in the graveyard, popping the sheep. Sheep summons the Iblee, goes into your Link 1, has to be Talkback Lancer because you need a Dark Cyburst. Exhibit to your opponent. Quadborrel Dragon. Quadborrel Dragon going to discard to pop our own card, and you notice we discarded a Rocket monster. The reason we did this is because when this card pops a card, if it pops Link monsters, it can revive our Rocket monsters up to the Link rating. So we pop our Link 1, summon back a Rocket. Alright, go for our Flash Charge, and he's got 2 zones now completely locked. Black Meteor Dragon sending the Blue Eyes to the graveyard. Also keep in mind, if you're wondering why we actually had to pop the Link one, it's because this card requires 2 dragons, so you can't really keep that side burst on the field if you want to try to make a dragon out of it. Alright, Rokket Tracer going to be chaining in response to our ritual spell, popping the 2 cards, making our Borreload Riot. End phase of summoning from the deck, another Rocket Monster, and passing over. Alright, Flash Charge, popping the card he summoned to the zone. Yeah, Blue Eyes is probably going to start teching him Iblee outs now, just playing Ritual Monsters in the extra deck. Oh, sorry, Link Monsters in the extra deck. Alright, searching for my Levianeer. My opponent chains a Lancea, but I decide I'm in no hurry, I'm just going to pass the turn back. Because what the hell are you going to do? How are you going to out this field, man? Because keep in mind, with this thing on the field, they can't use the effect of their Successor Soul. You can't use it because this thing stops a special summoning. This card requires a special summon, so can't use the Successor Soul, can't use the spell card that summons out the big Blue Eyes monster from the extra deck. You can't do anything. So Flash Charge, keep popping the cards he places in these zones. Alright, passes back to me. And now there's no annoying thing on the field for me to deal with. I'm going to make a Link Monster to free up some space. Levianeer going to be popping 2 of the back row. And to absolutely guarantee my opponent has got nothing left, here's a Rapid Trigger as well. Summon out the Borreload Dragon. Targeting my monster because it was summoned from the extra deck using the... Sorry, because it was summoned using the ritual spell, it's immune to cards from the extra deck, including my own monster. Activate the effect, targeting it, popping the back row. Don't lose my own. Summon another Levianeer because why not? Oh my god, summon out a Borrelsword because why not? Summoning out a Link monster as well. Huge flexing on this poor guy. Yeah, this is optimal what this deck can do. This showed off everything. Alright, on to the last 3 replays. Yeah, so hopefully you get a good understanding of just how gross this new stuff is and why I just had to do an update video because, yeah, it's made this deck list look a hell of a lot more cool in certain situations anyway. Alright, up against a fellow Rokket player, and this guy also did the Iblee thing. But this guy also didn't search for Lancea, despite... I don't know how you can play this art type and then not search the counter for it when you know what you're playing against, but anyway. Yeah, absolutely troll. He just searched Lancea immediately. Screw everything else. Alright, double Disruptor, grabbing his Interlock. Iblee, he's doing the exact same thing we were doing. Alright, searching for a Blue Eyes, grabbing a Levianeer. Quadborrel popping his cards, summoning things to the field, Spiral Dragon, blah 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 blah. Even doing the Ritual Summon. I'm not sure in the mirror match if it's worth doing the Ritual Summon if you've searched Lancea and stuff, because the Ritual Summon just gets outed immediately by the Link 2, so it doesn't feel too good. Because the Link 2 just plays itself on the field, so you can't negate it either. Place on the field, immediately get rid of the Ritual Monster like I just said. Put 2 in the graveyard. You'll be summoning the Meteor to put the Blue Eyes in grave. Charge Dragon just got baited out. I don't know why he'd popped that, but anyway. Adding back the dude, summoning the Cloudia to give the Iblee. Basically just wanted more resources on the field. Alright, these 3 are going to become the Borrelsword Dragon. Be very wary, by the way, of summoning Iblee to the field, because it does lock you as well. So in this case, I had a normal summon, so I can just get rid of it immediately. But if you didn't have one, yeah, don't summon it to your own field. Alright, Borrelsword Dragon. I didn't actually mean to use this effect here, I accidentally chained it. Doesn't matter though, because we're just letting it attack twice anyway. There's the Riot Dragon. Swing in once, swing in twice, and he's gone. Alright. On to our next one. Yeah, I think you really should search Lancea versus this deck, especially considering almost all of them are on Levianeer right now. So, probably should be searching it. Though we didn't need Levianeer that time, so maybe we could have killed him even with the Lancea being used if he had it. But it's certainly harder. Alright, 5-game win streak.
Let's duel.
Alright. Sending the Ritual Monster to the graveyard. Normal summoning the Iblee this time. We didn't have the sheep in hand. We can just normal summon it though. Give our opponent the Iblee, get the Talkback Lancer, Disruptor, giving ourselves the heavy Interlock. Pop in the card, adding it to hand. I probably could have summoned this thing first, then popped it so we get the Blue Eyes Engrave in case we top deck Levianeer. It's probably better actually. Alright, once again you've seen this combo before. Targeting the spell card, we're activating at the same time. Making sure to have the toggle on at the same time, otherwise you can't do this little combo. Making the Borreload Riot Dragon. Alright, and of course, same combo as before. Making the Flash Charge. And summoning one monster and passing. As soon as the turn starts, just using the Lancea, because why not? Alright, our opponent has a Book of Moon. Then he has a Tribute Summon as well. He actually nearly played through it. Special Summon, we're going to remove that Special Summon. Honestly, if he had the other Special Summon from hand here, the level 3 that can summon itself to grab out a tuner, he actually could have played through this field, which is kind of impressive. Maybe I should have let him go for a Synchro Summon here, then negated the Synchro Summon maybe, but I don't know about that one. Thankfully, he didn't have the out in hand. He already drew enough out, so... Like, I actually nearly played through the field, which is impressive. Alright, final replay. I think I had was one agent player that actually got super close to playing through it, then had to turn pass back to me, and I had to top deck Levianeer in order to beat my opponent. I didn't save that replay, but it was kind of a cool one. Maybe I should have saved it now I think about it. Alright. Up against an agent player. Alright, Card of the Soul, searching for your Lancea. It's pretty funny, we've got Iblee, and we've got the potential to summon the Buster Dragon as well. We've got two ways to just floodgate agent out of play in the game. Alright, Talkback Lancer. Iblee going to the opponent. Quadborrel popping our own card, summoning back the Rokket, making your Link 3. Disruptor, grabbing our Ritual spell, Ritual summoning. Our opponent has a way to stop the Ritual summon apparently, as Herald of Green Light. Sure, good on him. We've already set up something anyway. We've got a Lancea in hand, so go your hardest, buddy. Alright. Hyperion searches for something. I don't know what he searched for. Pays 1,000 to grab back the Venus. Normal summons it, and it's gone. I think it has to pass. Yeah, I think the only way they actually out this card is they have the level 5 they can normal summon, and they distribute over it, then they can sort of do their normal plays. Maybe there was a way you could search for that. I'm not sure how this art type works in particular, but if you had a way to search for that level 5, you should have searched for it, tributed over it, and then maybe tried to combo off. You had some other way to combo there. We also had Lancea out, so... And if he didn't use the Herald of Green Light or whatever, he was definitely just lost anyway. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's replays. Hope you guys enjoyed them. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you see you in the next one. Laters.
Hey, big brother, can I watch SpongeBob?
Shut up, Mokuba. I'm busy flagging YouTube videos to compensate for the fact that I have an extremely small penis.
Oh.